Hi, friend. It's Laura Winters, your host of Miracle in Time podcast and owner of Your Light Holistic Therapy and Wellness LLC. You are a miracle, plain and simple. It's a miracle you are here. A miracle changed my life, and maybe this is the miracle that will change yours. Here we go. Hello, friend. Today I am in a transition of letting go. And this morning, when I pulled a card of I think the question was, how can I move forward with deeper love for myself? And the death card came up. And the death card doesn't mean death, it means, rebirth and a door closing. And I think this is the reminder that there are a bunch of old patterns and old stories that need to be released. And I need to stop entertaining those. As a thought pops in my head I remember an old mentor said, cancel, cancel, cancel. When something pops in your head that's not serving you, cancel, 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 and just allow it to go away. Yeah. So to get rid of that thought that is feeding the pattern. And that thought comes from our ego, an unbalanced ego, that we are the sum of all of our patterns. And there is death in releasing the patterns, releasing a version of ourselves that exists that is not serving us anymore. And it's really hard. It is really, really, absolutely hard. And for me, it is, releasing these patterns of having deep connections with people and then it not aligning and needing to move on. It's really, really hard for me to move on. And I reflect on the times where it was extremely hard to move on. And it served me to do that. But it's just this pattern that I just need to keep holding on, that something will change, right? If I just do this or if I do that, then something will change. And it doesn't change. You could become all these different versions of yourself in order to fit some kind of mold, and that's not how it works. It's aligning with your true self that is a thing that sets you free. And when you align with your true self, then you're showing up as yourself for everyone else. And then they either accept that or they don't. And when they and even it's not acceptance or non-acceptance, but just whether there's alignment or not, whether there's connection or not, whether it's for your highest good or not. And sometimes the pain and the struggle that you're going through feeds you more than getting to the other side where there's peace and release and freedom. Right? We're not wired for that, or a lot of us are not wired for that. That is a learned thing. Yesterday I was going, it's safe to feel peace. It's safe to relax. It's safe to just be. I don't need to be performing. I don't need to be doing. I don't need to be, I don't know, chasing. I don't need to be reaching out. I can be comfortable just being safe with me. And that is really hard. That is really hard. And I think of like meeting with my mentor and getting texts, and she's been saying the same thing for like 4 months now. The exact same thing. It just changes just slightly. But like looking back and reading through our sessions and reading through texts, like that has always been consistent. But what has been consistent for me is old patterns and the fear of the death of that version of myself. Because if that version of myself dies, then what is on the other side? I don't know. The hope, right, is love and peace and freedom. But like we are always scared of the unknown. Someone said, we're always fearing death. And if we can get to the place where we don't fear death, and this is like actual physical death, but also the death of the version of ourselves that like needs to die. If we can just be okay with the death of the version of us that needs to die, then it can die and we can move on and we can become and we can transform and we can be better than we were before. But you got to trust that that's actually happening. And you have to trust that that's aligned for you. And you have to trust that, like, yeah, it can be really hard, but like the other side is going to be better. And that, my friends, is healing. That is healing. To take one step differently than what you've done before. Yeah. So, my friend, so today I am showing up and I'm going to choose me. I am going to choose a version of myself that I didn't know that I could access. Because the old patterns keep talking. The old patterns keep doing what they do. And I can acknowledge the old patterns and say, it's time to die now. It's time to die. And death is rebirth. After death is the rebirth. So close the door, close the chapter. Let's move on. Well, friends, I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope you have a good day.
Thank you for listening to Miracle in Time podcast. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and share with a friend. If you would like to know more about me or my services, please visit yourlightllc.com.